But I hope you're having a productive day so far. Month. So quite a few matters lined up for today's discussion. How about a quick preview of what to expect on today's edition of the show? I've got the usual side comments coming up shortly, you know, random stories, random thoughts that caught my attention. But these side comments are not to be discussed now. Much later on, during the open season segment, I'll take your thoughts on my side comments. The open season comes up after the 6 p.m. major news. But I will take your thoughts right about now on my rant, on today's rant. And the rant comes up after the side comments. One major issue, I'll express a thought or two on that. I'd like to get your position or your response to that to 4. Business news is up at 4 p.m. After that, well, guess what? You know how I say that, how I've constantly said, maybe a gazillion times, that in Nigeria, everybody else seems to know something except those whose primary responsibility it is to know it. Now, it appears that Pengasan knows something that even the federal government does not know. It appears, do not what I say, it appears, it might seem that way. You might get that impression. Why might you get that impression? Well, if the story's been run by the media is anything to go by these days. Well, for example, this one from The Guardian, captioned, Pengasan urges FG to revoke licenses of marketers hoarding petrol. Now, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan, has called on the federal government through the management of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, to revoke the license of all marketers, causing artificial scarcity and petrol price hike. Pengasan called on NMDPRA to mobilize all their staff across the country to monitor compliance, stating that anyone found wanting should have their license revoked to serve as deterrent. In a statement yesterday, Pengasan warned that should the collusion go on unchecked, the union would not hesitate to partner with other stakeholders in ensuring that Nigerians are not further exploited. Our President and Secretary General of Pengasan, Festus Osifo, and Lumumba Okugbawa, who in the statement empathized with Nigerians on the hardship currently faced with the scarcity and drastic hike in the price of petrol, to tell retailers make the products available at approved price. Okay, yeah. So the union also said it has been following up with its members in NNPC Trading Limited, who are responsible for assigning the products to marketers, and from NNDPRA in various depots and terminals across the country, and are responsible for issuing cargo clearance, monitoring compliance, routing inspection, metering, calibration, maintenance, accurate delivery to trucks, and record keeping on the need to carry out their functions expeditiously. So Pengasan is saying that there is collusion, basically. Pengasan is saying that there is no justification for the scarcity, and they refer to the scarcity as artificial. They're saying there's no justification for the price hike as well. So, once again, maybe Pengasan knows something that the federal government doesn't know. Because the federal government also allegedly appears to not have an idea what's going on. That might explain why it set up a 14-man steering committee to find out, because possibly it does not know. So maybe Pengasan does know something the federal government doesn't know. Remarkably so, if that is the case. Remarkably so indeed. So, pardon me, I'll be asking you in the 4 o'clock hour, is the petrol scarcity and price hike a conspiracy? Do you sense a collusion? I'd like to get your take on that in the 4 o'clock hour. But I'll also be speaking with Anietie Udo. He is a public relations officer, PRO, for Pengasan. He'll join me for that conversation in the 4 o'clock hour. That takes us to 5. We got news updates coming up at 5 p.m. And yes, Governor Wike is about, if not already, in full anti-party mode. Yes, indeed. His Excellency, the Rivers State Governor, allegedly is now in full anti-party mode. Yeah, and I'm not the one saying that. The Rivers State Governor himself is talking about it, I suppose. Guess what happened? Pardon me. The Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, threatened to retaliate the new move of the national leadership of the PDP. What is that move, by the way? Here's the move. PDP national leadership has taken over the party's court cases against the APC and a court candidate in Rivers State. When the appeal came up in court yesterday, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Johnson Usman, announced its appearance as the new lawyer. Also, one of the lawyers hired by the PDP in Rivers State to represent the party in its lawsuit against the APC and the Accord, DK Udena, informed the court that they have been debriefed on the matter following a letter from the National Legal Advisor of the PDP. So, fast forward again. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike threatened to retaliate the new move of the national leadership of the PDP. The governor spoke at a PDP rally in a Che LGA of the state. Quick listen to what His Excellency had to say on this retaliatory move. I think this was sometime yesterday, I suppose. Let's take a listen to that right about now.
Me too, I will hit them back by tomorrow. I will hit them back by tomorrow. Nobody will touch us when they will get wound for anybody. And we have started it. We are voting for our people here. Now you have told us you are doing anti-party. We'll show you what anti-party is. We have not caught them right there. And now let's start anti-party. What can I watch for tomorrow? What is going to happen to them?
Yeah, he accused the party's National Working Committee of working with the opposition political parties in the state to frustrate the matter.
Those of them in Abuja who are talking about anti-party, we don't catch them now. Now then they do the anti-party. And I told them, anti-party begets anti-party. You know, say, we carry this small party here. When they do what the law talk, we carry them go court. APC, SDP. And I see what they do now. The people where they always say they be national. They can't go collude with them. Go write our lawyer letter. Make our lawyer remove hand. In order to kill the case is well fine. I don't tell our lawyer, maybe remove hand. The case goes by, no problem.
Exactly. Full anti-party mode may have been initiated right now, as far as the PDP is concerned, especially the Rivers State Governor. It's full mode anti-party. It's a double dose. It's a triple dose. It's a double whammy of anti-party right now. It's a full anti-party squad. Anti-party unlimited right now. It's anti-party unleashed. It's buy one get 10 anti-parties right now. It's just anti-party all the way at this time. And so we'll look at this in the 5 o'clock hour. The 5 o'clock hour. Now, what exactly the Rivers State Governor intends to do as far as going full anti-party mode, I'm not quite certain. I was doing some check earlier on to see what His Excellency may have done. I've not quite discovered that yet. I hope the Rivers State Governor is not going to treat this like the announcement as to who the G5 or Rivers PDP will support in the presidential candidate, because we waited for that and nothing happened. It was disappointing. No announcement has been made. The governor said today there's going to be retaliation. And everybody has been waiting for the release of this retaliation, waiting for what the retaliation will be. I've been waiting all day. I am not sure that my health can take this any longer. This suspense is killing me. It's killing. But, well, it's just 3:22 p.m., so there is still time for the Rivers State Governor, His Excellency, to unleash a full anti-party mode. It's going to be like Naruto nine-tail mode. You know, when Naruto's chakra just goes hyper, I'm telling you, it's full anti-party mode here. So we'll wait to see how that goes. However, we'll take a look at this in the 5 o'clock hour still. Maybe by that time, the governor would have unleashed the anti-party retaliatory position. And we'll see how that goes. So who is, by the way, I'll be asking you, who is engaging in anti-party activities? Is it Governor Nyesom Wike of the Rivers State? Or is it the PDP at the national level? I'll also be joined by Olalekan Ige, editor with the Independent Monitor, to discuss this development. I'll take songs till 6. Headlines 5:30 p.m. Major news comes up 6 p.m. A review of all these matters after that during the open season segment till about 7 o'clock when the show comes to an end. The sports gang are in for extra time, bringing you all the updates from the world of sports with a nice dash of the Arsenal awesomeness. So that's a preview of today's show. Any changes you will find out, simply stick around. But we get things going now with today's side, with today's what's it? Is it side comments? Yeah, side comments today. But via WhatsApp, someone says anti-party woto. Another one. Good afternoon. Full anti-party activated. Let us all wear our gyms. That's Kalu Woji who sent that. All right, Kalu. All right, random psychology. Well, I do have a commercial break coming up right now, so maybe I go for that. I go for the commercial break, and when I return, we'll get into today's side comments. Yes, indeed. And but via WhatsApp, someone says, "Dio, it's fire for fire." Yes, indeed, fire for fire. More when I return. Deeply stay tuned. Here in Port Harcourt, I'm Dio. 28 minutes gone past 3 p.m. It's time still side comments, not the rant yet. But I've been getting some responses via WhatsApp on descriptions for the level of anti-party that the Rivers State Governor is prepared to get into right now. And send yours in, by the way, via WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. That's 0809 030 6416. This one says anti-party on G5 on G5 network. It's anti-party tsunami. That's from Charles. Hello, what's your own description of this mode of anti-party that side comments right now, random stories, random stuff that caught my Drell. I need my screen for a few minutes, please, Drell. Thank you very much. If I can have access to my screen, that will be fantastic. Thank you. This is the Drell. In the interview with our correspondent, here's what some of what Mr. Job had to say to our correspondent on violence-free elections.
Does law permit that in Nigeria for journalists to wear bulletproof jackets? Because it's not just wearing a bulletproof jacket. You must be taught the techniques to how to defend yourself, because it doesn't cover every part of your body. I think the best they can do for us as journalists is to make the environment peaceful. And we too, as you are covering your story, if you sense danger, you keep off from such areas. You must not be in the battleground where maybe they are fighting.
Exactly. Very, 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 very wise words. Very wise words from the NUJ man in Rivers State, from the chairman NUJ in Rivers. Very, very wise words indeed. Exemplary words, very deep words indeed. Very, very important words at a time such as this. Even though the question must be asked, what kind of example has NUJ Rivers State given to politicians as regards the general elections? Here is one of the recent examples that the NUJ in Rivers State has given to all of us as to how to conduct proper violence-free elections. This was published by the Tribune. Was it 2021? 2021, August. Rivers NUJ election ends in chaos as police seal secretariat. Here's a bit of the story. It was a show of shame on Thursday in Port Harcourt at the 7th Triennial Congress of Rivers State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists led to disagreement among the contestants, which ended in chaos. It took armed police squads to clear journalists away from their state headquarters when disagreement among candidates in the elections blocked any attempt to conduct elections. The convention went smoothly, but everybody knew something would go wrong due to rumors and threats in the days going to the convention. This does not sound like what the politicians are doing right now. Rumors and threats days before the election. And then at some point it goes, when the convention went into the business of the day, the executive body was dissolved. Immediately this was done. The Paul Bazia group made observations and the whole went into an uproar. The police managed to quell it after some pockets of blows. Later, the chapel heads were called in and made into the caretaker committee to run the NUJ until a proper election is held. So it wasn't a violence-free situation in 2021 when the NUJ attempted to conduct elections here in Rivers State. In fact, they resorted to blows, and it took armed police officers to quell the unrest. Okay, all right, okay. I wish that the NUJ in Rivers State would take some of these wise words spoken by the NUJ chairman in Rivers State, Mr. Job, in conducting its own elections, so it can give the politicians a proper example. But very wise words nonetheless, from the NUJ chairman in Rivers State, Mr. Job. Very wise words indeed. Let's see, what has caught my attention as I checked out the news earlier on today. Let's see. Just a moment. Was there any other matter in particular? I'm not sure it's all politics really, and understandably so as well. President Buhari has attributed Nigeria's insecurity problem to powerful countries bent on destroying Nigeria. The president said this in Kano yesterday at a presidential launch after his tour around the state to commission projects by the administration of Governor Ganduje. Oh yes, indeed. Powerful countries hell-bent on destroying Nigeria. Powerful countries. By the way, has the Nigerian intelligence community been able to uncover who these powerful countries are? Just asking, really. Just asking. Just asking. Because after we have technically decimated Boko Haram, after we have significantly unraveled ISIS, after we have technologically dismembered ISWAP, why are we still talking about, powerful countries bent on destroying Nigeria once again? Just wondering. Okay, to wrap up today's side comments, I've got lots of entries as far as description of the anti-party mode that His Excellency the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, is getting into right now. Let's see, via WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. Anti-party Pro Max, all right? Anti-party took and play the game. That's from Emmanuel. Hello, Dial. Let's see. A barrage of anti-party. That's from Valentine. Hyper anti-party. That's from Christian. All right. Let's see. Good day, Dial. AJ from Rumosi goes. Dial. Wicked Zone is anti-party Pro Max. Anti-party overdose. That's Rosie from Remy Bekwe Housing Estate. All right. Let's see. Anti-party in the DNA. That's from Mike. Dial. It's anti-party trilogy unleashed. That's from Sammy. All right. Good evening, Di. It's anti-party splash sale. Okay. The anti-party is on sale. Sale mode. I mean, like 90% off. I mean, just about free of charge. Collect anti-party for free. Anti-party Pro Max Extra. Anti-party Pro Max. Anti-party Bass Bosch. Okay. All right. Di, it's Hurricane. It's Hurricane Anti-Party. That's from Law. All right. Good Dial, it's Extraordinary Buga Anti-Party. That's charity from Eneka. According to the governor, anti-party begets anti-party, meaning after today, we shall witness anti-party pra-pra. That's from Douglas. All right, let's see. Anti-party violence mode. That's from Ifoma. All right. Greetings, Dial. It's anti-party barricade. That's from John O'Bright. All right. Dial, it's anti-party galore. That's from Michael Oyibogbaye. All right. Abel also goes anti-party galore. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. That's the mode that His Excellency is in right now. So thanks for all those wonderful descriptives. I'll go for a very quick break. On our return, today's round comes up. Please stay with us. Hello, welcome back. Still Hot Factor Nigeria in Funhari Port Harcourt. I'm Dial. We got 21 minutes to go before 4 p.m. I'd like to run for just a bit. There's something in my mind. I'm expressing some thoughts on it. You're welcome to express your thoughts of mine all the way till 4 p.m. Now, as at the time I started on this rant, we didn't have an update yet. However, I have determined since I came in the studio that has been an update to that development. It doesn't change the rant. Maybe it modifies the rant somewhat, but once again, it doesn't change the rant at all. Now, the elections are around the corner, and one of the things that makes for a seamless, free and fair election is that it is violence-free, and that both political parties, their candidates, the electorate, are free to carry out legal, law-abiding political activities unhindered by anyone, unfettered, without any concern or fear that they might be attacked by anyone. However, the trend or the news coming from within Rivers State is quite disturbing at the moment, as hardly a day or week goes by that we don't hear of political party supporters or candidates being attacked by hoodlums as they go about their campaigns in different parts of the state. Here are the more recent reports of that. This was on our bulletin earlier today. Some hoodlums attacked the convoy of the SDP Governorship candidate in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abe, yesterday. The hoodlums blocked the Akinima-Imbiama junction with 2 vehicles, preventing the convoy passage in Ahoda West local government area of the state. Now, sporadic shooting ensued, leaving some people with injuries and some vehicles damaged. Senator Abe spoke to newsmen during the incident. Let's take a quick listen to what Senator Abe had to say on this very disturbing development.
Then we went there. They went on these 2 vehicles and blocked the road so that we cannot get there. Nigeria is a democracy. All of us have a right to people and share our ideas with people. If you have ruled people for 7 years, people should be happy with you. If the people are not happy with you, it is because you are not doing well. Now you are sending people's children to go and block other politicians.
I hope you heard that clearly. Now, a briefing journalist at the SDP campaign office in Port Harcourt, spokesperson of the SDP campaign council in Rivers State, Bethel Okojaja, described the attack as unfortunate. He called on well-meaning citizens of Nigeria to prevail on the Commission of Police in Rivers State to investigate the shooting. He also called on the DSS to swing into action to avoid a breakdown of law and order in Rivers State.
On our way to Akinima in Imbiama Junction, we were stopped by some miscreants who said Senator Magnus will not access the venue for the meeting. They started shooting sporadically and started scaring people away. As a law-abiding people took to our heat and left the venue. Some of our supporters sustained different levels of injury. We have witnessed these attacks in different local government areas. We want to call on the Department of State Services to swing into action and save political party from these unwanted issues ravaging campaign in Rivers State. We want to call on all well-meaning Nigerians to please prevail on the Commissioner of Police to investigate this matter.
Also, the APC governorship candidate in Rivers State, Tony Cole, says the call for President Buhari to declare a state of emergency on insecurity in Rivers State may need to be put in force due to persistent attacks on opposition political parties in the state. In a video, Mr. Cole alleged that the APC campaign director general for Opobon Koro, Boma Brown, was abducted after some thugs attacked their proposed venue for a campaign rally today. And here's some of what he had to say on the incident.
This morning we were on our way to Opobo and they went into our rally ground, scattered everything and carried forcefully our local government coordinator. There was shooting and they dispersed everyone. Everybody should be allowed to choose freely who they would vote for. We will still be in Opobo. Nothing is going to stop us. But right now we have to go and find the kidnapped, abducted local government chairman.
Now, an online video shows operated canopies, scattered chairs, and an open field. The narrator alleges the thugs were led by local government chairman of Opobon Koro, Inyada Kokigam. Okay, all right. The elections are coming. Violence has been unleashed. First, I'd like to, say this to the River State Governor, who is the Chief Security Officer of the state. Your Excellency was at some event recently at the Obiwale Center, expressing, reading some nice words from a script, I presume, on the importance of a free and fair electoral system and how Your Excellency is optimistic about these elections. I imagine, Mr. Governor, that you can do more. You've done quite a lot. You must be appreciated. We must thank you for what you have been doing so far. It's never been seen before. But a lot more can be done, because these allegations are that your members of your party, the PDP in Rivers State, that's the allegations. Of course, this could all be made up, trying to tarnish the wonderful image of the PDP in Rivers State and malign Your Excellency-ness. But just to put the minds of people at rest, you might want to call on your party supporters, some local government chairman possibly, to desist from these acts of violence as a takeaway from the violence-free elections that we all want in Rivers State. Now, second, this call is to the security agencies in the state as well. You know how that if, for example, law-abiding citizens decide to organize a peaceful protest tomorrow, the River State Police Command will start receiving intelligence from left, right, center. Every nook and cranny will be filled with intelligence reports. In fact, septic tanks will be unleashing intelligence reports all over the place. Overhead tanks will be overflowing with intelligence reports. Drainages will be blocked and filled with intelligence reports. Everywhere, in fact, it will be raining intelligence reports as to how hoodlums have planned to take over the peaceful protest, and for that reason, such said peaceful protest must not take place. So, where is the intelligence report in this case? Or do we need to remind our security agencies, the police especially, and the DSS, that preventing or electoral violence is part of their job description? But like I said, there's been some update to this development. Here's the update. Police say it's investigating the reported attack on the convoy of the River State SDP Governorship candidate Magnus Abe yesterday. Police spokesperson in the state, Grace Iringekoko, made this known in a statement. The police PRO also announced the arrest of 6 gunmen along the Elele-Owerri Road in Ikwere local government area. I'm not sure what that has to do with this, really, why both matters had to be in the same statement. It's good that the police is investigating this attack, but beyond investigating it, we need the police to start getting intelligence reports on this matter. We need for intelligence to start raining as far as electoral violence is concerned. We need for intelligence to be blocking the drainages, and everywhere you turn to, you can see intelligence reports littering the streets, like refuse used to litter the streets in Port Harcourt not too long ago. When you get onto the East-West Road and you just find heaps of refuse everywhere, we need to start finding heaps of intelligence reports along the East-West Road and everywhere you turn to as far as the electoral violence is concerned. We need the police to be on their game. We need the DSS also, since the DSS has gone into oil and gas right now to try to get pump price of petrol back to normal. The DSS is now working with NNPC and co. It's now in the oil and gas industry as well. So we need the DSS to also look into this one and not focus on the oil and gas industry only, but also focus on electoral violence as well, so they can get intelligence on this and ensure that they're able to nip this in the bud. We need for the police and other security agencies to arrest these hoodlums, fish them out from wherever they are, and even though it is illegal, it won't be. Maybe they should parade them as well. That's illegal, by the way. Don't parade them. So you wouldn't say Dio said you should parade them. Don't parade them. But you always parade anyway. You guys like parading. I don't know why. But arrest them, prosecute them. Once again, primarily to this rant is to serve as a reminder to our security operatives that electoral violence is part of, or preventing or addressing electoral violence, or bringing the perpetrators of electoral violence to book is part of their job description. So to remember that. And I hope that's been made clear right now. On that note, I end my rant. Thanks for listening. Let's get your take on my lines open. Call 0700 923 0923. That's 0700 923 0923. We're live on facebook.com/Nigerian for PH. We're live on Twitter as well. at Nigeria Info PH. Drop a comment. Let's get your take on today's round. Once again, call 0700 93 093. I may have to confirm, however, if that is functional at this time, but just shortly I'll do that. But number once again, 0700 93 093. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hard far to welcome, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Nathaniel, calling from Money Island. If this trend is not properly checked and it's not checked on time, what happened in 2014 to 2015 will still repeat itself. And those who perpetrated that electoral violence back then are still walking the streets freely. Nothing happened to them. And that is why they have the guts to continue in the same pattern of way again. And they don't know that Nigerians are wiser now. You should get it very easily that time, and then we won election, want to repeat the same thing now, using electoral violence, now trying to intimidate people, shooting, destroying people anyhow. And the same time of people that are doing the same thing to their opponents are doing their own freely. Nobody touched them. I don't know what's happening and how to check this so that it will translate to something bigger if nothing happens.
All right, and one way to definitely check that, by the way, is for the police to simply do their jobs and the DSS to start getting intelligence on this. Via Facebook, Favourite Ghost, this is the sad news. As we draw close to the election day, more stories are going to come up. We all have to be careful. God will help us. Barry Nedum, our commander, goes, it's quite unfortunate that this state is becoming insecure and uncomfortable for opposition parties. Very sad that the Commissioner of Police isn't responding to his call in Rivers State. I strongly believe that he's just paying side with the government in power, so I appeal to the IGP to redeploy this man to another state. Sokoto State, he says. Why Sokoto, by the way? Hello, hard fact, welcome. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I'm very angry with the Nigerian police force because I don't know how can people that are being paid to protect life and property will be doing so much evil. Daya, I want to give you an assignment. You are a journalist. All the 23 local governments in Rivers State, each local government is receiving about up to 200, which they are currently in camp.
What exactly are you referring to precisely, just to be clear here?
Yes, sir?
What exactly are you talking about?
I'm talking about the insecurity.
Okay, can you make a point very quickly, please? Make a point very quickly.
What I'm trying to say, I'm condemning what is going on in Rivers State. And your Rivers people are going to say no.
All right, well. Moving on. Via Facebook, Uchendu Jonathan goes, signs of desperation from the ruling party against the opposition will not help the candidate. Rivers State will win at last. Hello, hard fight to welcome. Please go on. And James Miracle goes, good evening. Please, I want to ask why this attacks is one-sided. Only the opposition parties are being attacked. Why is Simfabara not attacked? And why is the Commissioner of Police yet to comment on these attacks? Prophet Itoya goes, one of the reasons I still believe that Nigeria's problems are multidimensional is because the press fail to believe the oppressors are their enemies, hence they are the agents to carry out the oppression, even against their fellow oppressed. Without realizing this fact, the oppressors will continue to oppress the oppressed, hence the oppression holds sway. Let us jettison the sentiment brought to us by the oppressors so that the oppression would stop. Suffering and hardship recognizes no tribe, religion, party or class. Say no to thuggery and violence. Use your thumb, not gun, stone, machete or stick. Wise words from Prophet, really. Hello, hard fact to welcome. Please go on.
Good evening.
Go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Hello, yeah. Dayo, good afternoon.
You're welcome. Please go on.
I still want to reiterate what I have said earlier for the upcoming time. I plead that Mr. Okon Espion, the Commissioner of Police Rivers State, should please speak up and rise to the occasion. At his song, when he openly said that the attacker leaves that house is paid money.
Sorry, that's too much I can take. I have to go for commercial break right now. Return shortly. Do please stay with us.
With stories.
Nigeria Info and her input Harcourt. I'm Dai. I got about 3 minutes ago before 4 p.m. Your thoughts on my rant still very much welcome now. 0700 923 093 via Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. Successful Ekere Barry in Facebook goes. Good evening, Dial. Please, the governor of Rivers State should call all his LGA chairmen to order because this is really getting out of hand. But what I have to tell the governor is that this time around, no individual will impose any man or woman on us as the governor of Rivers State. Hello, hard fact to welcome. Please go on. Hello, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Daya, I think the problem lies in the hands of the police. Because you can't tell me since date of this campaign till now, the police has not said that these are numbers of persons that have been arrested. So I want to believe that I think it will continue until the police become proactive to make arrests and to prosecute. I think that will put an end to it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good day. If the opposition parties let them cry and complain, the police or the DSS can't do anything. The worst is the police, because the Commissioner of Police may have been compromised. It's really an unfortunate situation. That's Morgan. Police, is there anything wrong with police parading criminals? Yes, a lot is wrong with it. It's actually illegal for the police to do that, as a matter of fact. Hello, hard fact to welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dayo.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Comrade Clinton from Bori. The security situation in Rivers State is something is getting out of hand, Dayo. And the police, I think the police are culpable in this problem. Because if they were proactive enough, all these things wouldn't have been happening. Since inception, there have been no arrest. And so what's the Commissioner of Police doing in Rivers State? So if this is just the campaigning period and it's like this, what happens to when we start voting? Please, they should do something. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's it. Via Twitter at George Dow Mona goes, this is really out of place. If they get hold of them, I'd really appreciate it. What for? Everyone has his or her right to belong to any party of their choice. Why would the person now be attacked? It's really sad and condemnable. It absolutely is, by the way. And that's the much that I can take on this, by the way. We've got business news coming on top of the hour at 4 p.m. When I return, discussions continues. Speaking of which, Pengassan urges FG to revoke licenses of marketers holding petrol. Aniete Udo, PRO Pengassan, joins me for that conversation. Do please stay with us.
On your